introduce to you Mr. Frank Pomeroy, and he's running for state senate.
First, let me say thank you for having me come out and be able to address you this evening. I've heard a lot of great things off the stage already. Let me tell you who I am, or who I am not, to begin with. My name is Pastor Frank Pomeroy. I am running for Senate Seat District 21 here in the state. And who I am not is a career politician. Now, what does that mean? What does that make me? That makes me one of the people. You see, I believe that in this great country in which we live, there's a wave that has swept across the nation of making emotional decisions, which basically says that there is a large government and the people are made small, that the people are being told that they are victims and the government has to tell them how they have to live and what they need to do. And I believe that it's time to take that back, because in Texas, we have a very unique culture, I believe. And that culture is one of moral value, it's one of family integrity, it is one of personal responsibility, it's one where we like to do critical thinking skills and put forth a calm and an educated decision to the things that are brought, not by a government telling us what we can and cannot do. What happens with the emotional decision that I think is sweeping across the nation today, I liken it to a child having a 2-year-old fit. If you have a 3-year-old on the candy aisle throwing a fit, you don't give in to that fit. You wait until he's done, and then you have an intelligent conversation as to why or why not you do or do not do the things that you do. And I am running because I believe that as we've watched what's swept across the rest of the nation, that Texas needs to stand and be the adult in the room. We need to stand against the big government and put it back into the hands of we the people. That we the people need to look forward and address the government and tell the government rather than the government telling us what we can and cannot do. Now, that being said, one of the reasons why I got into this race, for those who don't know me, I went through a tragedy back in Sutherland Springs, and one of the things we learned there was how the government and media would come in and try to politicize things. And we did not allow that to happen. We chose to look to something beyond ourselves. We chose to lock arms with our community, and we chose to build a foundation of healing. Then what happens a year later in Midland, Odessa, and El Paso, I see another tragedy and after tragedy. And rather than the one with the loudest voice putting forth an idea as to how we can bring a foundation of healing, how we can go in and tell the people that we can get through this, rather than being there for the people, I saw an individual take it back into his election campaign. And unfortunately, I felt as though the people were lost in the crowd. We need to get our voices back heard to the government. We need the government to hear who we are rather than them telling us who we are. We are victors rather than victims. And I come for you today asking for your vote to go back out there and let the government know that we hear what the people say rather than tell what the people say. My name is Frank Pomeroy, and I'm running for Senate Seat District 21. Thank you. I appreciate your vote.